everyone, my name is Iffah Hurriyah binti Khairuddin from SMK Hamidahan. Today I'm going to talk about a book I just finished reading called The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. He's a well-known author who also wrote the 48 Laws of Power, Mastery, and other book. Honestly, this book kind of blew my mind. It explains why people act the way they do even when it doesn't make sense. If you're ever been confused by your own feelings or wondered why someone treated you a certain way, this book has answers. The Laws of Human Nature was published in 2018, and it's basically a deep dive into what drives human behavior. Greene breaks it down into 18 laws that shows different patterns people follow, like how we're not really irrational, how we can be super self-centered without realizing, or why we want things in cut half. What's cool is that he doesn't just lecture, he used real stories from history to prove his point. For examples, he talks about leaders like Queen Elizabeth I, activists like Martin Luther King, and even some pretty sketchy people to show how these laws play out in real life. I think this book is super relevant because it helps us understand ourselves and the people around us. We all like to think we're logical, but Greene shows us we're actually pretty emotional most of the time. And once you realize that, you can handle friendship, families, dramas, and even conflicts at school in a smarter way. Here are the few laws that I found the most interesting. Firstly, the law of irrationality. In that law, he talks about people's emotion usually control them more than they admit. So instead of getting mad when someone overreacts, you can try to see what's really bothering them. Secondly, the law of narcissism. Everyone is a little self-obsessed, Greene says. If you learn to see things from other people's perspective, you'll be way better at making friends and avoiding misunderstanding. Lastly, the law of defensiveness. If you criticize someone directly, they'll get defensive, even if you mean well. Greene suggests you give advice in a less threatening way so people don't shut you down. Each law ends with practical tips like how to avoid overreacting or how to communicate better. It's honestly stuff we should all learn in school. One thing I love is that the book is full of dramatic stories. It's like reading a mix of history, gossips, and psychology. You learn about kings, rebels, and even con artists. But instead of boring dates, it's all about what motivates them or why they succeed or failed. Also, Greene's style is intense but entertaining. It doesn't feel like a dry textbook at all. What I like is that it makes you way more self-aware. I caught myself recognizing some of the bad habits he talked about, and now I know how to work on them. It helps you understand other people better, which make you more patient and understanding. Lastly, the historical examples make it way more interesting than just reading psychology theory. But the con is that the book is super long, like over 600 pages. I felt like it could be shorter without losing the main point. Sometimes Greene makes it sound like everyone is manipulative, which can get a bit negative there. Some laws kind of repeat the same themes, so it can feel repetitive if you read too much at once. But overall, I think The Laws of Human Nature is a really powerful book if you're interested in psychology or just wants to understand people better. It's not a quick read, but it's worth your time. Thanks for listening to my review. Has anyone read it, or do you think you like to? Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.